Wish you all a very happy Vivekananda Jayanthi. So, the Hindu monk of India. It is but for him that the glory of India, Bharat, has spread to all the other countries. If he had not participated in the Parliament of Religions and given a vivid picture of the culture and ethics of Bharat, the other countries would not have known Bharat so easily. So, in other words, we can also say that he is a great patriot and a devotee also. And he is the only Indian monk who received standing ovation and was also asked to continue the speech for much more time that was given. So Bharat is very proud of such a child, and we are also very proud that we celebrate his Jayanti and say something about his life, his teachings, and other things concerned to him. We take pride in telling about him. So we take pride in narrating his life and his acquaintance with Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, the Bhagavan himself. But I would like to express my views in this regard. Is celebrating his Jayanti itself is over, and is that the only responsibility of us? Is that the only way in which we can make India the way he dreamt? So, is that the way that we pay homage to this great personality who told that freedom is not a confined one? So, here one generation know about his life, his teachings, and the way he was committed to Bharat. And but as the generations passed, so that means after independence, so up to 1970s or 1980s or 1990s also, the people knew about him, and they took pride in spreading his teachings to this younger generation also. But late, 2 decades, the this great personalities' views are not inculcated in the books, are not made a part of the education which it was supposed to be. In fact, here we can compare this to the Bhagavad Gita, which was said about 5000 years plus odd years ago. The Bhagavad Gita is confined only to the time when a person dies. But it is not that. When a person is alive, he must know what is Bhagavad Gita and what did the Lord say and how to live a balanced life. So after demise, What is the use of playing the Bhagavad Gita? So, in the same way, the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, the great personality, outstanding personality, in fact, and there is no comparison also. His teachings must be inculcated in the minds of the young so that they could see and visualize the Akhanda Bharat, the rich culture. It's only then they can become. It's not just simply listening on a particular day on his Jayanti, but only when they inculcate in their daily life can they become such great personalities. So, if everyone becomes Vivekanandas, the world would not be like this. But at least they will try to, if they know the meaning, if they know what was his anguish, what was his, that means how many days he cried for Bharat, how many nights he spent without sleep, and what was his mental agony. So, what was the reason he participated in the Parliament of Religions? He was very small at that time. Yet he participated. He underwent so many problems and obstacles that came in the way. Yet he participated. He succeeded. So his voice was a giant voice, dynamic personality. So only when the young know this. Know his teachings, they understand his teachings, they inculcate in their daily life, they know how they must become, not what they must hear, but how they must become. Only then wherever they go, they will know the greatness of our motherland. Otherwise, as he already said, the vanities of education are many. So, in one of his flash, he said that the vanities of education are many, and in that vanities, the education must be taught more. The educated must be taught more. They must be given more knowledge. Otherwise, they cannot get the wisdom. So that's what he said. So when the educated know about this, so education is not simply earning money or getting a number of certificates. Why? It's something more than being. It is something becoming. It is a transformation. It is not a change. It's not a temporary change. It's a transformation for his ultimate realization of the soul. So, this is what he said. And when a man is becoming a burden of beasts, how can he get the freedom for anything? So, freedom is not that somebody gives. Freedom is something that one gets it. One has it. One has a passion to own it. It is his own. So, this is what the young must know. And this can be done, this can be successful only when it is implemented right from the early childhood in schools. Because school is nothing but the training of the mind, training of the young mind. So, just as mud can be made into a number of shapes because it is so soft, in the same way, the children's minds are so soft that when they hear something, they will try to put into practice. When compared to the olden days, now the distractions are so many with the bombardment of the net. So here one must be more careful. One must be given more spiritual knowledge along with the knowledge for earning money. Only the spiritual knowledge will make a person stand erect without bowing his head for somebody. Otherwise, they have to bow head at each and every moment. So, how this can be done is the educationists, the other professionals, and other mentors, whoever they are, they must come together and see that his teachings are, and the education ministers also, they have to see that his teachings are implemented right from the early childhood in the classes for the students to learn better, to understand better, so that after once they go out of the SSC, of the 10th, from the four walls of the school, they will not be prone to any other wrong incidents which the mind attracts, but they will hear the heart. So here, this is what happened. This is what happens. So even when Swami Vivekananda also, he was tempted for in so many ways. He did not stir. He was very firm in his beliefs. So this is the present generation must know. So he said that arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. It is not for the old, for the disabled, or for the persons who are crossed 70 years. It is for the young generation who have the nerves of iron and a blood which is very energetic. For them, he said. And this, unless it is implemented in schools, the young minds will not receive anything. Just before 10 years, the minds have so much of capacity that they can receive so many things at one time. But after getting 30 years or 40 years, after facing so many responsibilities, they can't receive. The mind loses the capacity according to the biology. So here this must be done. And it is the schools, the institutions, the institution heads, the various educationists, all of them, they must see that the education minister and put all these, implement these in the schools.